Alright, here's the cross course. I'm just gonna walk it this morning. Just got back. Got a barrier. Just got back from taking Sadie to school. Just gonna check this thing out one time. Gonna walk through the obstacles and stuff. You can kind of see a little bit of a path that I've cut here. Didn't have enough rebar and tape to mark everything just yet. Rebar can get kind of expensive. So this is about the longest straight flat section that there is. The course doesn't really allow itself for much sprinting, much big ring stuff. It's more of a technical course. Read it last night for the first time, and it's got a lot of nice tight and twisty things. It's kind of boring right now. I still need to probably take out a couple of these limbs just to get a little bit closer to the tree line. You start to see this little path kind of develop. Here's our first little section of tape. Square up on these guys. It's kind of a narrow barrier, but it's only meant for like a training course, not really for actual racing. Otherwise it'd be about twice this wide. Runs along the side of the barn. And then we start going down the hill. So all this stuff was overgrown about a month ago. We've been cleaning up a little bit. Alright, Jet's down in the woods here. It's a nice little roundabout section. If it ever rains, this is going to get just mushy and smushy. Tires are going to slip and slide, especially in this little turn, because it's nothing but dirt. See Papa Yui here. It comes back up on itself. Goes in between these trees. I may trim a couple more of these limbs. It just depends on how things go at kind of a faster speed. This tree you got to swing out wide against, because there's a hole in the ground right there, and then also it's a very, very narrow turn to get back up around through here. You can see where I'm going with this. It goes up between these trees. Just runs up outside the edge of this tape. And then up this hill, which is even kind of difficult to walk. But it doesn't have a lot of tires on it yet. So there's still very soft quality to it. Been trying to ride it. Rode it yesterday a good bit. So you turn back down the hill, back over towards the barn and the house. You usually dismount about right here, get ready, and then start your barriers. So this is a section of double barriers I got on the course. So you jump that second barrier, then you remount. You're gonna walk and ride back up around this U-turn. This is one that I had to widen out last night. It felt a little bit narrow when you remount and just swing out. Coming up this hill, but there's like a little dip that runs in the middle, so it could be sketchy. If you were racing somebody on this small course, that might be a place to pass. A little bit of a wider turn right there, but kind of like a hairpin. And then we're going back down the hill. Another section to pass if you're good at downhill stuff and want to pin it right before this turn. Now here's where I ran out of rebar. I needed some, but I needed to run it kind of long and everything, so I just put these little timbers down that I found. Just stuff that was laying around to get burned, and just utilize it for a cross course, much like I did with the barriers. I use those timbers for the barriers as well. Just kind of use what I had. So we'll go through that little S-turn of sorts, and then we're going to head back up the hill. And basically this is just a long slow grind before you get to the front yard. Now, my idea for the front yard is to just grind it up here, up to this little gravel section. Landlord doesn't want me doing anything with this side yard here, or the right in front of the house, because he wants the grass to grow back. So what I was thinking is like just come up here, maybe mark it off here, make a hard 90, and then run the length of the yard of that other little tree line over here. So run it over here to the corner, somewhere thereabouts. Maybe make this kind of a wide turn, or maybe narrow it up, make it a little bit more technical, and then come down the hill here. And you see the tape kind of pick back up. Here's the dog. Got a dog in the front yard, rooster in the backyard. So take a right under this little tree canopy. I'm doing my best to kind of, you can see how I've run over this with the lawnmower and kind of got some tires on it yesterday. This turn I had to widen out a little bit. It seems a little bit tight coming back in on itself. So we widened this out last night and then mashed it up a little bit more with the lawnmower. Still under a tree canopy, it's just a 180. And then run down the backside of the way we just rode. A couple little roots and stuff here. Drop down the hill, watch out for the limbs. And then we're going to go down to the fence. That's Maggie, the dog. Easy, Maggie. She goes nuts. Alright, a little muddy spot here. These trees are have very sharp needles. That's good. I gotta keep that clean. Make me maintain it. Run the length of the fence. Hush. Trim some of the limbs right here so we can make it passable. Go around this tree. And ideally, this is where I'd like to have some tape to separate that right side from this left straight that we're on. You can see the path I cut last night with the lawnmower. Looking a lot better. Had to widen this out. I was thinking about making it pretty tight around the tree, but it just wasn't gonna fly. It was just too tight of a turn coming in there with some speed. Gotta watch out for the roots in this section. And then you also gotta watch out for this low-hanging limb. It's literally 6 feet off the ground. So you gotta kind of duck under that one and be aware of that. I'm not gonna cut that big limb down. That's just stupid. Just kind of wind back up the hill in between these trees. It's a little bit more open right here. And you wind right back up here. Then you just kind of hammer it out straight up this hill till you hit your barrier again. And that's a lap.